In this video, we're going to show you how to remove and replace the steel fan for the cooling system in a 4.9 F-150. Disconnect the negative battery, and this is a 5/16 wrench or an 8mm. You can use a socket. Make sure you put it aside. There's no chance of it coming back up and touching. Now we're going to drain the radiator, and the drain is on the driver's side, bottom part of the radiator. I use a pair of pliers sometimes because I'm just not strong enough to turn the connector here. Just turn counterclockwise. There we go, I started it. And just turn it till you see the coolant start to come out. There it is. So now we're going to dismount the fan with our pneumatic tool that does a fan clutch. But I noticed on this particular model that you can't, maybe you can get a good view of this. See how tight those bolts are? I can't get my pneumatic tool in there to grab. So I'm going to take one bolt off, and this is the one I'm going to pick, and I'm half inch or 13mm wrench with a pry bar, and I'm going to break this bolt free so that I can get my pneumatic tool in there, and I can take this right off. Much easier than fighting with it. You can see it's kind of marked up because I tried earlier to get the tool to fit, to get the right size. It just wouldn't work. So I guarantee you this is it. Now on this particular model, it is a right threaded fan clutch. So that means to put this fan clutch back on that water pump, I'm going clockwise. So to loosen it, I have to go counterclockwise. That's really nice of them to word that. Most of them nowadays don't have that under the hood. I'm just taking this bolt out so I can get my tool in there. And there we go. So now I gave myself a nice opening for that tool to slide right in there. Oh, there it is. Broke free. I had to take a couple of extra bolts out just to really get a good cut on there. I left one bolt in, as you can see. Easy. It's well worth it. And now just spin the fan clutch off that water pump counterclockwise, and it's going to go right into this fan shroud. So prior to that, I'm going to prep this, get it ready, so when the fan's ready to come out, I can bring it all out. It's not in my way. All right, so like I said, I'm going to get this fan shroud ready to pull right out with the fan itself. So I'm going to take the radiator cap off, set that aside, so that I can access my little clamp over here holding this overflow hose. Oh, that's broken. I'll end up having to replace that. Just wiggle that clamp right off. There we go. So pull the overflow hose off, take it out of the shroud, and as you can see, it has a little port over here. So the clamp is broken anyways. As you can see, it's missing a finger. I'm going to discard that. So I'm going to replace it, so now I can pull this straight through. Now make sure you don't let it dangle down, because gravity will do its job and it will drain that coolant reservoir. So leave it above it, you should be all set. I'm going to take the upper hose off just so I make sure I'm clear when I pull that up. So grab your pliers. Bring it aside. And let's get that right off. That's exactly where my bucket is, so right into the bucket. All right, so now we're going to get a couple of wrenches and we're going to take these off. Let's see. Half inch on this side. So as you can see, these have been replaced. So I would love to tell you the exact size, but I have metric and standard combinations on this, so I can't help you with that one. Factory-wise, well, I guess you can have a 13.5 on either side. That'll work. So I'm putting 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Let's take that bolt. Like I said, mine's not factory. I'm just going to do the same to this side. It's probably like a 12mm wrench, not a 1/2 inch. Smaller than a 13. Like I said, your factory bolts are different sizes. Okay, so now we can pull that aside. All right. So now that my shroud is ready to come out when this fan hits the end, let me just back it all the way off. Make sure you don't let it fall, just like that. Grab it before it damages the radiator. So you're going to have to grab the fan and the shroud and pull up at the same time. All right, so I already took the other 3 off, so I have 1 left. So 1/2 inch or 13mm socket. Just going to take it right off, reverse it. I like to leave the fan clutch right where it is. Now I'm looking at this fan, the blade itself, and I see that it's all in a downward motion. It's a cone, so I'm going to grab my new one and I'm going to match it up. And this is the way it goes on. It doesn't matter where the bolt pattern is, but you want to just make sure that that downspout is like that. Because if not, you're going to blow air into the engine instead of blowing air into the radiator. It's that simple. I'm going to definitely put one on tight, but at first I'm going to line at least all of them up. I want to put all of them in finger tight, but I know to tighten this fan clutch I need at least 3 of them missing. So by making sure that they're all lined up properly, right, I'm not going to have them unseated correctly, so when I go to tighten them in there, I won't be in trouble. I'm going to do 2 opposite of each other. And there is a torque spec on this, so I'm going to torque at least one of them right now. So because I'm going to end up taking 3 of them out to install it, I'm going to torque down 1 and then take the other 3 out. And I'm going to go to 17 foot-pounds. The range is 12 to 17 foot-pounds. I'm going to remove those 3. And now we can reinstall it. So now we're going to take the shroud along with the fan blade and the fan clutch. We're going to drop it down there together. You're going to line up the shroud on the bottom with those 2 clips that you installed earlier. And then we are going to yep, we've started the fan clutch. And don't forget, it's right-handed thread. So that means you go righty to tighten it. Not all fan clutches are like that. That was nice of them to actually put this on the shroud. So I got it started, and now I'm going to put my shroud, put the clips on the bottom, line those up. So now that the fan's in, and put those bottom clips in the shroud, line it up and find out which hole you're going to use, because they give you these clips. It's kind of like what I was talking about earlier. You're going to line that right up, clip it in, and now we can do the same to the other side, and now we can line it up and start the bolt. So now I'm going to take my 10mm socket and tighten this up. I'm going to put the upper radiator hose on before I go too far. Get the pliers. When I reuse what we call expansion clamps like this, I really like to line it up to where it was. Find the actual notches where it sat, like that. Because if not, I've seen them leak. And it's like a memory in the rubber. Now we can get our pneumatic air tool and we're going to tighten that fan blade down. All right, so we got the fan all set up. I've got the pneumatic fan clutch tool on there. I'm going to hook my air gun, chisel. I'm going to give it a couple blasts, that's all. I'm I'm going to reposition it. And that is it. Now we can hook up our 3 bolts that we took off so that we could use this. Yep, nice and tight. All right, I'm just going to start with one. Move it right in there. Yeah, it's going to just take 2 perseverance to get that going. I'm definitely going to tighten it up by hand. I'll put the other 2 on, then nice long pry bar, and I'll tighten it down with a wrench. Move to the next one. Last one. All right. I'm going to snug them up with the ratchet wrench. Then I'll get the long. So now I got my long pry bar holding it still, and I got my 1/2 inch wrench on there. It's a nice long one because they want the torque to be 12 to 17 foot-pounds. So pretty much as tight as you can get it. And just, you're all bottomed out, so I'd say go a good 1/4 turn after and you should be fine. I don't see how you'd get a torque wrench in there. And just double check the last one. All right, let's put the overflow hose back on. I'm going to run it under the upper hose, go right through that shroud spot, and then clip it right on. It goes right here. Nice little holding marks. And what I'm going to do is, the clamp was broken, but I'm going to use a plastic tie because it's not that severe, and this will tighten it pretty good, and we won't have to worry about it. And just cut that right off. So now that I just got my coolant funnel hooked up, I'm going to add my coolant, and I'm going to pour that in. Now this is a concentrate, that's why it looks so colorful, but this radiator here probably takes close to 2.5 gallons. So I'm going to pull this whole gallon in halfway, and then I'm going to go fill this concentrate with water, and then I'll add water again. So now that the coolant is doing its thing over there, I'm going to hook up my negative cable. Make sure you get that all the way down, flush to the battery, just like that. Perfect. And this is a 5/16 wrench or 8mm. You want to make sure that it's tight and that you can't spin the terminal. So now that I have all my coolant filled up, I'm going to run this truck for about 40 minutes, make sure it reaches full temperature, make sure there's heat coming out of the ducts, everything's good, gauge is perfect, and there's no more air bubbles coming out. Then I'm going to shut it down, let it cool down a little bit, take this system off, and I'm going to put the cap on, and you'll be good to go. When only the best will do, demand TRQ, the only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.